Today I want to talk to you about something I learned really early in my career, and that's the idea that the boldest decision is the safest one. Both bold business decisions and bold creative decisions.
We're going to shoot something the other day.
I can hear some of you saying, how are you going to convince me that taking a risk is my safest choice? Well, it's simple. Most people aim at the middle. They see a TV show, or they read a book, or they see a business or something like that that's successful, and they start trying to reproduce that, and they aim at the middle of that. And so everybody's doing that. Everybody around them is doing that, and then the language starts to get built that that's the way you do the business. In my career, I've learned that those bold business decisions and that those bold creative decisions puts you in a place with a lot less traffic. In my own career, I worked for an agency once, and I was coming in with these fairly sizable ideas that I had researched, that I had a lot of documentation on that was going to work. But the culture of that agency was, hey, let's play it safe and don't bring me anything that's going to rock my world, because then I'm going to have to defend that. Then I'm going to have to sell that up, and I'm going to have to take a risk of being wrong. Well, now all of a sudden I'm part of this culture where no is the first idea. So the reality of that is that I ended up doing that idea somewhere else, and we sold it for $1.5 million. I literally grabbed the coolest guy, the smartest guy in that room, and I said, let's go make this somewhere else. It took us a year to do, but we did it. And they all looked back at us and go, how the hell did they do that? And it was because what we had done was a bold business decision and a bold creative decision. We said something. We stood on what we believed in. We figured out that this was an idea that people wanted to see. So that's working inside an organization. And I get it. They're trying to keep that bicycle wheel moving in the same direction. They don't want anything skipping off the top of it. But that's not how we're getting anything done anymore on the internet. If you're not taking a definite stand, if you're not believing what you're saying, and if you're not actually taking a risk and saying something that's going to get you popped in the mouth, you're not moving. You're pointing at the middle. You're not making a decision that is going to get you far, and you are going to be in a crowd of like-minded people who are all trying to do the same thing. Let me give you a very recent example. I am launching another online business. And I built this site fairly rapidly, and I kept on putting these placeholders in there that were sort of, I'll change that later, I'll do this, I'll do that. It ended up being this Frankenstein's monster of things I had seen other people do that worked. Because I loved some of the ideas that other people were doing, but they weren't genuine to me. But anyway, I put it out there. I spent a little bit of money on Google Ads, and I got a 93% bounce rate. I got a 1.23 page views per visit, and nobody filled in the box. Nobody subscribed. So what was that? That was me doing somebody else, trying to get an effect that wasn't from who I was. It didn't stand for what I believed in, and it didn't make a difference, right? So I'm so glad that happened, because now I know what I really need to do, right? Which is go and say something that I believe in and go and put it out to the market. Listen, what's the market telling me back? What is the audience telling me back? Are they not responding? Is it fucking crickets? Or am I getting some results over here and not over here? Right? So I listen, and then I respond, and I do more of what's working. You'll hear me say it all the time. People who make their own things based on what they know, based on what they believe in, are the most interesting people in the world. They're the ones tipping over the apple cart. They're the ones making a difference. They're the ones moving the needle. But the reality of it is you need to make a decision that rocks your industry. So whether that's a film, whether that's a blog, or whether that's an online business, right? You need to decide what you're going to stand for, what you're going to believe in, and what you're going to tell people. Because it has worked for me every day of my life. It hurts, it's scary as shit, but the rewards are amazing.